Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, April 9th, 2021. And boy, do I have an astrology update for today. Wow, holy cow. Today, the energy and what we have going on is something out of some type of divine blueprint that I can't even possibly begin to wrap my brain around. All week has been intense, all week has been active, and today is like one of those days that is so monumental to the future. It's mind blowing to me. That's one of the things that I really truly love about astrology is just seeing how this blueprint plays out. It's just amazing. It's so amazing to me. I can't even begin to fathom the genius of God. So let me get into the astrology. This is probably going to be a longer video today. I'm going to go through it as fast as I can. I'm going to read a lot because I wrote a lot and there's a lot to say. And I feel like if I read it, I'll be able to get through it quicker because I tend to go off on tangents and it takes up more time with stuff. So I'm going to try to get this done as quickly as I can, but today is such an important day and there's so much to say, so let me just start. All right. So today should be dynamic to say the least, hence my preface, my introduction. There's so much happening today and perpetuating this grand configuration of energetics we have going on as we have the moon in Pisces closing out the Pisces cycle of the Pisces age, like I talked about yesterday. We are in the balsamic time of the year and the balsamic phase of the moon cycle for our last and final true opportunity to release the past and all of it, and imprint upon the universe our divine true vision for the future. This is big today. To assist us in imprinting a vision of liberation through light, here's the first thing. We have the sun in exact conjunction with the Heirs Point today at 21 degrees of Aries. And the Sabian symbol for the Heirs Point, 21 degrees of Aries, a boxer entering the ring. And with the sun, it's the warrior of light has entered center stage. He's here. It's on. This is the first big energetic we're working with today, like I said, to empower us to find our strength, to liberate ourselves from the chains of the faulty subconscious belief systems installed many years ago. This in itself, like I said, even if it was just today, even if there was nothing else going on, and the big news today was that the sun was just conjuncting the Heirs Point, that would still be significant. That would still make it an important day. But there's way more. This itself, though, just the sun at the Eris point is a huge energetic that triggers rebellious actions and to some degree potentially a feeling of angst or resistance or desire to break away from various things. So we need to keep that in mind today. To exacerbate this and add more clarity to the potential manifestations that we're working with that the Heirs Point and the sun are driving us toward and to break free from, we look to Mars because Mars is the ruler of Aries, and Mars is also Eris's brother on the battlefield. They have a very close relationship and work together. And and the sun at the Eris point today is working with Mars. And so let's talk about what's happening with Mars to figure out what we're breaking free from. So Mars today happens to be at 22 degrees of Gemini. And this is the degree of dancing couples at a harvest festival. So this is a joyful occasion for Mars. He's having a great time with it and he's really enjoying it, and it's dancing couples. So him and Eris are they're going to party. And Mars today at 22 degrees Gemini, at that degree, happens to be an exact square to Neptune at 22 degrees of Pisces. So Mars is working with Mercury right now. We know that. They're in mutual reception. Mercury is in Aries, Mars is in Gemini. Mars is working with Mercury right now as a warrior for truth and freedom of ideas and information. So we know that Eris is working with Mars to break us free and liberate our minds and our thoughts, and doing so joyfully. And Mercury today is at 11 Aries. This is another interesting thing. In the degree of 11 Aries, that degree is the ruler of a nation. And Mars square Neptune today has actually, remember I said the moon in Pisces. And the moon today during this square is in exact conjunction to Neptune. At the degree 22 Pisces, a man bringing down the new law from Sinai. The heaven's law being brought down to earth. That has been the energy that Neptune has been discharging for the past few weeks. And that's the degree where Mars is in square today, and the moon is also conjoined in that. Also, so freedom of ideas, that is what we're working with. A man bringing down the new law from Sinai, that is what we're working with. This configuration has Mars destroying the illusion, Neptune, and shining the light, the moon, on any and all deceitful actions. Mercury and Mars, Neptune and Mars, deceit, Neptune, actions, Mars. Today is not the day to try to get away with something, although the Mars-Neptune dynamic does also create that urge and tendency. So you might be feeling like you want to try to pull one over on someone today, or you think you can get away with something, or you might see other people who aren't aware of this energetic in effect that are trying to get away with things today. But the flip side of that is that Mars is working with Eris, so it's just not going to work. And Neptune is standing for the law. So it can't, sorry. So yeah, keep an eye out for stuff like that today also. Just generally deceitful actions, and also breaking the illusion in regards to deceitful actions that have been taken. This is also a divine enacting, Neptune, divine, Mars, enacting of God's law on earth through the degree of 22 Pisces. So with the sun at the Heirs Point and with the moon with Neptune at 22 Pisces, square Mars in Gemini, and Mercury at the ruler of a nation. I hope no rulers of nations have been engaging in any type of deceitful behavior, because it looks like that is exactly the type of thing that may be exposed with this configuration. Just throwing that out there, throwing it. And, wouldn't that just be such a shame? I don't know. We'll see, you guys. And moving on, there's more that makes this day an important one in transitioning to our new energy and our new paradigm. This is crazy to me. The fact that what I'm about to talk about, that this energetic is in effect today, while we have the sun at the Eris Point and the moon with Neptune and square to Mars, this is what really just blows my mind with this whole thing. Because it only happens for one day. This is only going to be for one day. There's one day where this happens because of the way the planets are moving. So today, for one day only, because of the nature of the movements of the planets, just this one day imprinting, that means this one specific energetic that we have in effect today. And it's a super explosive one, right? The Heirs Point. We have Saturn in the North Node in exact trine at 13 degrees of Aquarius and 13 degrees of Gemini. Saturn changes degrees today, and Saturn moving is an energetic shift on its own. I talk about that, whenever Saturn or the outer planets move, it causes an energetic shift because they move so slowly. And then tomorrow we have the North Node moving to 12 Gemini. So Saturn's just moving to 13, and this is the very last day that the North Node will be at 13. So it's just this one day that this takes place. So only today do we have this, and I think it's, like I said, like undescribably magical and amazing and divine. Saturn is in trine to the North Node Saturn in trine to the North Node in a nutshell is the energetic of building or forming or structuring Saturn, our future path or destiny, the North Node. And the energetics in effect for this one day of true energy to easily imprint the future structure. Liberation of the spirit. Sun conjunct the Eris point and slicing through illusion and deception. Mars square Neptune on an emotional and psychological level, the moon, while Mercury conjuncts Chiron, helping us heal negative thought patterns and become the masters of our own minds and therefore our own realities. At 11, Aries, the ruler of a nation. And to me, this degree, I mean, all degrees are multifaceted, but with this degree, I also feel like it's indicating that we are all becoming the liberated, our own rulers of our own destinies, of our own selves. Aside from the implications for other rulers out there that may have not been playing it so straight, Mercury at this degree conjunct Chiron for this also lends to becoming extremely self-empowered and gaining that internal rulership that then allows you to create your own destiny according to your own terms. Age of Aquarius. All right. So, yep. Ruler of a nation. In the future energetic that's being imprinted today through the snapshot of energetics that are in effect while we have this exact trine from Saturn to the North Node in air signs, ideas, Gemini and Aquarius. The future energetic we have is liberated and empowered minds, souls, and spirits. And this will be the new reality. And any new ruler that we have outside of ourselves in any way going forward will have to be in alignment with that, because we are breaking free from the Piscean hypnosis and submission to mental authorities we've experienced during the duration of the past world's energetics. It's a big deal. Deceit and corruption scandals, you guys, will break with this energetic, and there is an obvious highlight on powerful people, politicians, celebrities, and of course, presidents, while this energetic is in effect. And let's see, what else do I have? Oh, I can't forget this. I almost forgot to say that Mercury at that degree, 11 Aries, is also the midpoint of Saturn in the North Node trine that's going on today. Love you. Saturn in the North Node trine, 13 degrees of Aquarius, 13 degrees of Gemini, and what's right in between, sextiling both of those signs? It's Aries. And it's not an exact midpoint, but it's close enough. So, yeah, Mercury's already a super strong and important planet right now. But this just like adds another level of crazy and brings it up even more. So, it's going to be good. All of this today, you guys, this is a historic energetic that will be imprinted in our new reality and should pack a major punch. 21 degrees of Aries. The Boxer degree, it should pack a major punch today. I want to tell everybody, now I just kind of want to talk about, what we can expect from this energetic and what it might feel like. Because it's a really important moment in time, it's also really intense, and it can lead to a lot of manifestations that aren't that comfortable or aren't that pleasant or aren't that ideal. And that doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that birthing is difficult. So I want to tell everybody, you know, no matter what transpires or manifests in your life over this time while this is going on, we need to just try to stay calm and don't give in to fear and also like discouragement. A manifestation, just aside from everything else, of Mars squaring Neptune, that can kind of lead to like disillusionment and discouragement and wondering if what you're doing is like really worth it or right, or if you're just like deluded in your actions, or if it's just a waste of your time. And like, keep going, keep pushing. Don't let this energetic bring you down. You know I've been feeling it the past few days too, just like, am I doing the right thing? You know, is it really worth it? But we can't get pulled out of alignment by this energetic, and it's really just testing us and testing our endurance, and we just need to keep going and keep pushing and keep doing our best and keep holding to that ideal of greatness that was so highlighted recently in the Sabian symbols as well. So yeah, these energies can be like, don't get sucked into discouragement or the desire to cut corners with things or kind of like take a back seat. Keep going. These are extremely intense and overwhelming energetics and could spark a lot of conflict and tension, you know, maybe even fights and like contentiousness and stuff like that. But internally and electromagnetically, in our psyches and in our vibrational fields, it's a tremendous energetic activation point today for all of us that's going to be beneficial going forward. And it's guaranteeing basically the formation of a new world made of truly liberated minds, souls, and spirits. All the Mercury with Chiron, the moon with Neptune, and the sun with the Eris point. There may be, you know, a lot of wreckage in the wake of the formation of the new world as illusions and paradigms are destroyed, and we have no choice but to adjust to and accept the new reality. And like I said, you know, anyone who's had a baby knows birth can be a painful process, and you know, a lot of times you get halfway through it and you're like, I changed my mind, but you can't, and there's no turning back, and you just have to literally keep pushing through. But in the end, it is always, always, always worth it, and everyone would do it again to get the rebirth, the new outcome, the new life. Every time. It's always worth it. So keep the faith, keep in alignment with your true internal knowing. We truly are walking God's divine path, and his blueprint is unfolding, and it's more brilliant than anyone could ever possibly, that I could ever possibly hope to understand. So that's what I have today, guys. It's a big day. I really hope that everybody can just understand and be so grateful for this moment that we have today. And it's not even about what happens to, you know, us or how we're feeling. It's just the fact that it's happening, and that it's happening while these specific energetics are in effect, because they are going to give us a really beautiful new experience that's unlike what we've known until now. Couple more things I wrote down before I let you go. The hero's journey, that is the theme of this with Chiron. That is what this, you know, is, if you know the hero's journey, and that's another thing that Chiron rules. That's really what we're all on right now, is our own personal hero's journey. And that's another thing that I kind of, an archetypal theme that I wanted to bring up, is a way to kind of make an analogy to this energetic. Also, we are in such a releasing period right now. There will also be, like, this is the release. We're all supposed to be releasing everything. A release of information in alignment with everything else could come with this. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of information coming out. And also with this energetic, active deception, Mercury or Neptune squaring Mars. So pay attention for active deception and people that you feel like are deceiving you. Oh, I lost the camera. Especially in terms of like gossip and smearing and just bad talk and stuff like that with the Mars square Neptune. But like I said, it will not avail because that type of thing is way more likely to be exposed during this energetic. So you guys, that's what I have for today. I hope I did it some type of justice because it's a big deal. Everybody enjoy your day. It's intense energetics. We'll just get through it, but it's wonderful because this is what we have to look forward to going forward, and we know that it is ultimate liberation. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends if you want to, if you think that they would be interested in anything like this. And I will see you tomorrow for my weekend video. Love you guys. Have a beautiful Friday. Bye.